go, have you ever heard me bad-mouthing anybody? I just don't go around playing this game of attacking people. I wouldn't go around claiming any particular relationship with anybody. So Sonia Gandhi, as interim president, has not been inaccessible or anything. We've had meetings on work matters all the time. She hasn't been sort of absent at the wheel. She's been very much there, working.
Rahul Gandhi keeps a very close relationship with you.
I don't know that's frankly, relationships with individuals have their own ups and downs and they have their own character. I wouldn't go around claiming any particular relationship with anybody. But all I can say is that, or for that matter, any bad relationship with anybody. As I say, I'm a non-judgmental kind of guy. I don't go, have you ever heard me bad-mouthing anybody? I just don't go around playing this game of attacking people. When attacked, I will usually smile and move on. I'm not somebody who frankly believes very much in that kind of politics. That's simply not me. It's not even that kind of personal relationship. Frankly, I've been through a phase in this country's life when a lot of people I knew were saying things behind my back. And I decided that you could either wallow in depression about it, or you could just say that, that says more about who they are and how they think than it says about you. As long as you know who you are, you're anchored in yourself, and you have a clean conscience, and you know what you're doing, and what you've done and not done, let people say what they want to. At the end of the day, we can't constantly be living for others. So do the right thing, and do the thing right.
Option, the Congress president election are not coming. Why can't you be a candidate for the presidency?
Let's wait for the elections to be announced and see what the options are there also. I'm not saying necessarily that I would necessarily be a candidate, but I would say that I hope there'll be if, as seems more and more likely, the sort of heir apparent chooses not to be a contestant, then others will come forward and we'll have a good set of choices, I hope.
You were part of the G23. What exactly is the current position? Are you still part of that?
This is frankly a bit of a media myth, the G23. It was a letter drafted by some of our colleagues, which some of us were invited to sign. And in many cases, it was simply because during the COVID lockdown, we happened to be in Delhi, or we could go through Delhi, or some of us could go through Delhi, that we were able to sign the letter. There were not just 23, there were perhaps 100 people who would have willingly signed the letter but didn't come to Delhi during the lockdown period when the letter was finalized and issued. So it is not, and nor has it remained, as you know, a particularly coherent group with any organizational entity or any leadership or any regular meetings or anything like that. There were a group of people who met. The composition of that group shifted from time to time depending on things. And as you know, at least one or two of the signatories are no longer in the party, and one or two have dissociated themselves from it overtly and publicly. And as far as I'm concerned, I signed something because by and large I agreed with its contents. There was one sort of contradiction within the letter that I was not happy with, and I said so. But I was told, look, 7 people already signed the letter before you, so we can't change it now. You take it or leave it. And I felt that some of these things needed to be said, so I signed it. And one of the things that needed to be said was that the party was too important for the future of India to be allowed to drift, that it needed some serious revival and institutional revival within the party. That I still stand by, and I think it was an effort to strengthen the party, not to weaken it. And it was an effort to have a more effective Congress, not to undermine it. If it was misunderstood by some, then I think it's a pity, because I really think it was a sincere effort. At a time when, especially after the drubbing of 2019, a lot of people were in the doldrums. We were anxious to see us coming out of the dumps and moving forward in a positive way.
Did you meet Sonia Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi after that? Did you have any meetings?
Yes, I've met Sonia Gandhi several times after that, and Rahul Gandhi once or twice. Sonia Gandhi, as interim president, has not been inaccessible or anything. We've had meetings on work matters all the time, and yes, certainly I find her, she's certainly had health issues, we won't deny that, but she hasn't been sort of absent at the wheel. She's been very much there, working.
The concerns were raised with her also, like the concerns you had?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, and you probably know that in December of 2021, I think it was it 21? I'm losing track now. May have been 2020. December of 2020. There was a big meeting on the lawn of Sonia Gandhi's residence in Ten Janpath with 7 or 8 of our signatories and 8 or 9 of her close senior advisors, that thrashed through all the issues in the letter. So it's not that the letter was buried. And again, as I say, there was no formal organization, but she invited those who happened to be around in Delhi at that time, and she invited some of her senior advisors, and it was a good and constructive discussion. And we feel we're all in the same party, we all have the same objective to see the Congress flourish, and it was done in that spirit.
Rahul was also part of that?
Yeah, he was there, Priyanka was there, all three Gandhis were there, and so were pretty much most of the senior names you can think of, Chidambaram, Kamal Nath, many other senior colleagues were present, and 7 or 8 of us who had signed the letter were present.
So what exactly is the problem that is plaguing the Congress? Like, according to you, what should be done as a way forward?
Well, as you know, we had a huge Chintan Shivir in Udaipur to discuss the way forward. And one of the things we came up with was this Bharat Jodo Yatra. Though in the end, the way it's worked out, it's being an even more ambitious thing than perhaps we had conceived. Many of us thought of it as kind of a road yatra that would take place roughly from Gandhiji's birthday to the winter session of Parliament. What it's now turning out to be is a Pada Yatra which will take potentially 5 months, and it's a huge exercise, which will again be punctuated by state elections in November, December, and so on. So that was the ultimate decision that was made, and that's the way it's going to go. But the concept, in any case, the thinking was that we need something that will galvanize both the workers and the public, both to give attention to the issues the party is raising, and to be mobilized behind the party. That's very much the hope. We've thrown it open, though the number of designated marchers will be from the party itself. We've thrown it open to any like-minded people who wish to join. Civil society, ordinary citizens, other parties, everyone is open.
So you think that will cure all the...
No, it's just one example of a newfound determination to actually take to the streets, because as you know, one of the charges that was made is that the Congress is not just an ineffective opposition. The argument was we're not doing enough to highlight the issues on which we need to oppose the government. So going out, taking issues to the streets and doing so throughout the country is also one way of doing it. You've also seen that a number of issues, price rise in particular, we've held rallies in every state capital. So it's not that we are sticking to just noisy demonstrations in Parliament, as use somebody's phrase, attacking us. We are also trying to take the issues to the people and get people mobilized.